Good morning. Hi Flosstube. It's Lisa Smith, Kindred Stitcher. Today is July 6th and it's going to be 105 where I live today. It's hot, so you can hear the air conditioning going, and it's a little bit shadowy in here because there's only two windows in this room and one of them has an AC unit in it, so it sort of blocks the lighting. So I have a light on me, but it creates shadows, so it's imperfect. It's okay. If you were at my place, you wouldn't be upset that I'm, trying to be comfortable and not melt away. So, welcome to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch and quilting material that I someday plan to make into quilts and adventures. So, thanks for joining. Since I last saw you, a couple things. Let's see. I was going to stitch with friends and there were some last minute changes. I did end up still stitching and going on my visit, and it was a wonderful time. I went to Salt Lake and stayed with my friend Lori Wilson from Thread Milk Designs. We had a fantastic time. We had originally planned to have a larger group, but we were going to drive and it was going to take more than a day over and a day back because it's really a 10-hour drive. And not everybody, that's not for everyone. So I decided, well, I'm going to go anyway, because Lori said, you can stay with me. And so I went, and we had some plans we had to adjust because of illnesses with other people, but we still had a fantastic time. So I flew into Salt Lake on Wednesday, I think, and on my way to Lori's house, stopped at a couple places that you may have heard about, other people talk about, or if you're in the Salt Lake area or in Utah, you probably already know about it. So the first place I stopped, because this was kind of south of the airport from where Lori lives, I went to Pine Needles, and then I went to Notton School. So when I went to Pine Needles, I picked up, first of all, it's an amazing shop. It's awesome. I'm going to stick some pictures in at the end. It's a beautiful shop. The people are very nice there. They had Tilda fabric, so I have Tilda fabric. I have more Tilda fabric now. It's a premium fabric. It's imported from, I think, Norway is where the designer lives. I picked up a little, I think this is a fat quarter bundle. And this is not Tilda, but it's like little low volume, just neutrals is what I would say. And a couple of cuttings of it as well. I saw this Tilda. I had seen these come out. This is like a chambray. And this is a mix and match with just about all of the Tilda fabrics that I have. It's so pretty. I just, it was a splurge, but I really wanted it, so I bought it. It's so, like, the colors are amazing. It's sort of a heathered looking blender. Then I saw this. I almost bought this like 3 times from different shops. This is their red and green bundle. This is a fat quarter bundle. Creating memories. This is a fat 8th roll bundle, which is probably enough, right? I have a lot of fat quarter bundles, but I'm telling you, red and green is my jam. And then I picked up this. I have a few clips. This basically has, this is a Riley Blake tin of little clips, aqua colored. And I think there's 100 in there. So that came home with me. Also, here's some more Tilda. Hibernation. This line kills me. I hadn't seen it in person, but I bought this, and then I bought another in the colorway, or in the line. So there's different colorways. This was, I really preferred the green with the squirrel. They had different background colors, but I love this. See what I mean? Goes with everything. So that was my adventure at Pine Needles. It was beautiful. I went to a place called Notton School after that. Oh, I have one more thing. This is French General. I keep seeing Country Samplers. She had a bunch of kits with this line in it. This might be Antoinette. I'm pretty sure this is their latest line of French General. Let me see if I can find it on the salvage. Oh no, this is Chateau de Chantilly. I'm not French. I'm not French. But I love this. This would be fantastic for a border. And I still eyeball some of those kits at Country Samplers, so that could be in my future. I went to Notton School. I didn't buy a lot there. I found these tins. They're so cute. I bought one for me and one for Lori, one set. And, you know, we were just thinking, gosh, something like this, you could certainly stitch something and put it on top, right? And make a little tin, like the Altoid tin that has the needles and scissors and what have you. I just thought this was so stinking adorable. It kind of reminds me of like a summer dress, like a prairie dress. By the way, do you guys watch Melissa Gilbert's social media? She has a new line called Official Modern Prairie Modern or something like that. And she has adorable outfits, adorable. And a lot of decor and kitchen stuff. She's so cute. Anyway, sorry about that rabbit hole. Then Notton School has tons of trims, like tons and tons and tons of trims. But I only bought 3. So I bought this one. It's a velvet, and it's like a rust color. Very pretty. Also a brown. I have a lot of velvet ribbon, but nothing that's in the earth tone. So I bought a velvet, and I would say this is probably 1/2 inch, no, probably 3/8 of an inch. And then I bought this one. And wouldn't that be cute on a small, just to trim that out? So cute. So that is what I got at Notton School. Then I went to Lori's house, and we visited, gosh, we just visited. We watched movies every night. Her husband Chris was there. He's such a nice guy, such a great help. This next day we went to Shepherd's Bush. I went to Shepherd's Bush twice. So we went to Shepherd's Bush, and if you've ever been in there, they have like magazine holders that have charts in there. And sometimes like you'll see a designer on the chart, on the magazine holder, and you'll think, oh, this is all Brenda Gervais or whomever. But you might walk through the store and see like autumn charts, and also some of her charts might be in there. So you have to look around the shop. There is a wall of these magazine holders kind of close to the front of the store. So we just found a couple chairs, sat down, and just went through all of them. All those magazine holders. And I found a couple treasures because it takes some dedication. You have to dig sometimes. I picked up this. This is Nantucket I'm going to get this actually out of the plastic so you can see it better. This is a Dames of the Needle Nantucket Strawberries Needle Roll. It's a class. It was a class, I guess. Look at that. Look at this flag. Is that not stinking adorable? Now, I don't probably need to stitch all of this grass, so I may abbreviate it and just stitch me about half of it, bring the house down and the girl, do something that's more like this half. But it's so stinking cute. So I saw that one. There was another one that had a ship on it and like a castle. I didn't buy that one. I think Lori bought that one. They had a freebie from October House, Stitchworks, on the counter. So I picked that up. I found an out-of-print Midsummer Night Designs, a Christmas sampler. Now this says, I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I plan to do a It looks like this is in DMC. I plan to do an overdyed conversion. Let me see what's in here. Yeah, it's DMC. So I plan to do it on a darker fabric with an overdyed conversion. And there's yellow on the border on the outside. I'm probably going to take that out because it seems to me inconsistent with Christmas. So found that. Found this. So they had several needle and thread books. Of course, Maggie Bononomi's in a lot of these, but look at this quilt with the pomegranates. Wool applique. Well, there was one in here that oh, here's this quilt in the front, on the front, in its entirety. Hold on. Now, I think I would change the basket it's sitting in. It looks kind of weird, but I love the rest of it. And there was something. Oh, yes, look at this spread. I love this. And this. I love it all. And this makes me want to learn how to rug hook. That pear, that bird. It is Christmas in July, isn't it? I think that's what I wanted to show you out of this book. This is another cute one. I don't think they had any more of these, but these you can find still for sale pretty readily. And so we were checking out, I don't know, Chris wasn't with us. But Lori, I think, was talking to Tina or Terry, and I was on the floss wall, and this jumped off the page at me. This is the Silken Colors called In the Reds. And it is the truest red. It's a reddy red. And then we got to the counter to pay, and Lori goes, "Where did you get that?" So she went back and got one for herself, too. This is also from Shepherd's Bush. It's a Brenda Gervais I've never seen before. And it includes the pattern for the snowman. He's so cute. And I was thinking about making this and just putting some wool pennies across the top that maybe lay over, so I might make it taller. I don't know. I have plans, but we'll see what actually gets done. This one is Blackberry Lane Designs, Goblins on Parade, and they had this one done with all these children. I think this was on a purple fabric, and it had like a graphite, sorry, my shadows aren't the best today. They used like a graphite thread, and it was beautiful. So I also will put some pictures of Shepherd's Bush at the end, and I think that might be in a picture. So if you're interested in that one, look to see what it looks like. I picked up the Prairie Schoolers, the witches. I think these stitched in a row would be adorable. And then I found, I don't know how this happened, a fat half of vintage wood smoke from Lakeside. It was my lucky day. But I'm telling you, I took my time and went through just about everything in that store. Look at this color. It's so pretty. Where's the... Vintage wood smoke is a perfect name for it. It's just kind of a grayish, a grayish, dark grayish, smoky color. So that was my Shepherd's Bush haul. And when we went back the second day, we were meeting Liz, the Wandering Stitcher. She was in town, and she was with her friend Laura. So we went, actually it was the third day. I had lunch with them, with Laura and Liz. Lori and Chris had another obligation that they went to. So I just had lunch with those girls. It was a fun afternoon. Also, I went to Rensel Studio. Now, this has been a dream of mine. I've had them frame 3 or 4 pictures, and there's a Christmas one, Bygone Stitches too. I'll see if I can find a picture and put that, and I've had a few Mirabilias framed by them as well. So the Mirabilias, they're known for painting on either the frames or the mats, and Amber does the painting, and she is amazing. And that shop is just, it made my creativity just flow. They have spinners upon spinners upon spinners of moldings that you can just put down with your projects, and we had so much fun just looking at all of the moldings. I took a handful of projects with me. I had a lot in my bin that have been waiting to be framed, and I took more than I had planned to have framed with the intention of just trying to meet a budget that I had in mind. So I started with Ann Dale. I wanted to have Ann Dale framed, and I kind of had in mind what I wanted. We found that molding pretty quickly, and so she was just pricing as we went, and I got down to where I just had 2 left. I'm like, oh, we'll just wait on these. And then I'm like, well, why? Because it's going to be, like, they're a ways out. It's probably going to be next year before I get these back, which is fine because I am not in a hurry at all. So I had them do all of them. I left them all there. I picked frames for all of them. And I'm going to drop some pictures in here of the moldings I picked. And we picked together. It wasn't just me. I would say, what do you think about this? And they would just bring the perfect molding. I mean, or there would be on one on the table and I loved it. I'm like, oh, this would go with this other project. And it was fun to have Lori there. We just looked through all of it. We had a great time. Her friend Sandy, who I was hoping to meet too, was going to meet up with us, and it didn't work out. You know, sometimes things get in the way, but maybe next time I'll get to meet Sandy. I'm super excited about that. And so I'll just go ahead and put those pictures in here. My sister texted me and she's like, oh my gosh, I love every single one that you guys chose. So I'm excited to get those back. The next day, I know it feels like I was there for a week, right? We went to Village Dry Goods, which is north. So they were rattling off the names of all the towns and the directions, and I don't remember any of it, honestly. I don't. But I know that Shepherd's Bush is in Ogden, which is north. I measure everything from where it is from the airport, so it's north. And that was a charming store. And the store owner is an absolute character. She's hilarious. So we were there messing around for a long time, and you all know, who is this by? Minnick and Simpson. So I bought this kit, and let me see if I can pull the pattern out so you can see a little bit better. I don't want to destroy this because I'm probably just going to put this in my craft tote so that I can, when I get my craft room done, I can just pull it out and sew it. Okay, so this is Christmas Past by Minnick and Simpson. They had a model of this in the window, and I absolutely loved it. Loved it. Minnick and Simpson is usually red, white, and blue. They do have a couple of Christmas lines. They tend to be not darker. They're usually lighter. Here are the fabrics for that quilt. And it's gorgeous. So these fabrics look better than on the picture, if you ask me. So that came home with me, and then Lori was looking at another kit, and they're so smart. Their smart marketing says they put a kit out and it'll say last one, as though you'll never find one in your lifetime again. And they had a last one that Lori went back and forth on. I think she left it there. Also at the counter, they had these little bags that were made by a local quilter. And this picture that is on the bag is a watercolor that her mother did, that she had transferred to fabric, and she made this little notions bag. And it's so stinking cute. It's just white on the inside. It says the Vintage Bee Artistically Designed Goods. There's a thread on here. But look at this. And this spool fabric. This is a Kathy Holden fabric, I think. Great attention to detail. Absolutely adorable. Then also at this store, I saw this cheater fabric. And I thought this would be a fun little Christmas quilt. It's not your traditional Kelly green or Christmas green. It's more of the olive colors. And there was 2 1-yard cuts. I think Lori bought the other one. This is just a little bit over a yard. And I thought this would be a great inset in the middle of the quilt. And then there'll be a border around the side in this fabric. And there'll be a 9 patch in the corner with the accompanying fabrics. So this one will be super easy. I think even in my limited space, I could probably find enough space to put this together. I didn't buy backing. I didn't buy binding. I was going to, and I just thought, I'm sure I can find something that would work. And we'll just make up a pattern for that. Then the last thing, y'all know that Minnick & Simpson is one of my favorites. One of my all-time favorite fabric designer is laundry basket quilts. And I have bought, I don't even know how many yards of this. This is out of their Primrose design. I think there's a similar, if not the same, fabric in their Joy line. Edida's last line is called Joy. It's out now. Well, Lori had picked this up. She said, wouldn't that be a beautiful pillow? And I said, yes, I need some more of that. I don't know where my other is. I'm pretty sure I bought some, but I'm not 100% sure. Wouldn't this be gorgeous? I have black furniture just up against there. It's a good palette. And I put this one. Is this also? Yes, this is also Edita Sitar. This is the backing of the pillow. Oh, I take that back. This is the backing I bought also for the back of this quilt. So I bought enough for pillows and enough to back this quilt. I didn't buy backing. What am I talking about? All right, so this has been a show about hauls so far. What have I been stitching? You're like, get to the stitching business. Well, when I was at Lori's, I had a new start. This is from Teresa Koget's Patreon, Tier 4. Folk Floral Cottage from May. I saw this and I was all about that. And here's another one that I have planned too. I have this. I think I might have showed this on the last video. I did an NPI silk conversion at Acorns and Threads. So I started this and it's gorgeous. This is 40 count Sand Dune by Lakeside. It's a very golden color, which is fantastic with the reds. I have to correct something. I think this is the windows are not tall enough, so I'm gonna have to pull some thread out. I thought I could cheat it, but I just think that it's not gonna look right, so I'm gonna go ahead and update it. It's not a big deal. Just pull out a row of red in the tops of the windows and restitch it. It'll be fine. Isn't that bird adorable? So that was my start, and I didn't want to drag my scroll frame with me, or my lap stand with me. I have a scroll frame, but I haven't used it for a long time. And so I started that. Also, I worked on, since I saw you last, a couple things. I pulled out Christmas at Huckran Hollow. I showed you where I was last time, and I was behind because I'm doing one a month. And here's where I am now. I did, this was May, my May block. I think I might have started this. I can't remember. But I worked on this, yeah, I think I did. I think I had this part done, if I recall. And so I finished this church. Sorry, I got all the ums today. Then I went over to the June block and stitched the reindeer. Now the reindeer, if you look at the picture, it looks like the reindeer is either being electrocuted, like this is electrical current, or they're in the ocean. But they're not. Do you see the stars all around, the snowflakes I should say? And then the top of the building is like a widow's walk, little fence with garland on it. So I always thought when I looked at the picture, I don't know if I have the picture here at the table. I probably do. Probably do. You don't even see it really much at all. It's really hard to capture that detail on a picture. But in real life, you can definitely see it. There. So, my friend Marcy Thiessen, she's also stitching this, and we are ships in the night. I just finished this and she's just starting this. Thank you for everyone who has told me that you've worked on yours and have finished it, or are working on it. I usually jump over to Instagram to see your progress, so I appreciate that. It was fun to go look at everybody's work. One moment. Okay. This is the next one that I worked on, and I had to stop because this fell on the ground. Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain by Kathy Barrick. After I finished my 2 blocks for the Christmas on Hawk Run Hollow, I just have really been thinking about this project. And I have enjoyed stitching all the patriotic things, but I was ready to delve into something that I think reminds me of cooler weather. We're in the middle of a heat wave, so I was craving something that I'm thinking ahead toward. So when I picked this up, the last time I had shown you, I had everything done except this. I think I had part of the foundation done, this ground, and I don't think I had anything else. I know I didn't. So I picked it up Tuesday, and I finished the ground, and then I'm stitching the barn, and I need to do the roof. And I'll be working on all the bits. There's like pumpkins here and bats. There's animals here and pumpkins and more pumpkins. So I'm going to be working on pumpkins for a while. This is my July and August focus. And I hope by the next time you see this, this whole top section will be done. We shall see. I plan to put this away after I get the roof done, actually probably after tomorrow, and pick up my memorabilia and start working on the skin on her. It's over 1. This is stitched on over 1. Now this is stitched on 32 count. It's a hand dye by Stephanie. I was calling it mossy, but that's not right. It's something else. I will put it across here if I can find it. I don't remember what it's called. It's a very kind of a mossy green color. So this one, I am stitching over 1 because if I stitched it over 2, I really wanted to use this linen. I'd only have a 1/2 inch around, all the way around. So that tells you how much smaller stitching over 1 is. When you see it done, you see how different the scale is. My husband looked at this and he goes, well, that's bright. There's some bright stuff on here. So I'm actually thinking about possibly dunking it in coffee tea dye and something. I'll test it out, but I'm half tempted to do that. We'll see how it looks when it's done. Some of it's DMC, some of it is over dyed. It's kind of a mixture. I was looking for my some DMC the other day, and I'm like, where is all my DMC? Well, it was in my project bag. I had probably 15 skeins, which explains why I had a big gap in my folder. All right. I'm sorry, I've got a lot going on here. I do want to talk a bit about, well, there's a few more things, a couple things about haul. When I was with Lori, we did go shopping in an antique place. That was that last day we went to Village Dry Goods. We went to some antique spots, and I bought this swing frame, very reasonably priced. It's a guy who does, maybe that'll be my screenshot. It's a guy who does some restoration work on antiques. Sometimes he does some upcycling. Sometimes he just has regular antiques. It's in a house. He also, I walked around the corner and I gasped when I saw something that was sitting right in front of me. And then I looked at the price tag. I'm like, this can't be right. So I asked the gal, is this the price on this? And she said, yes. So I walked into the other room. I grabbed Lori's hand. I pulled her and I said, I'm buying this. Can I leave this at your house? Because I posted a picture of it on Instagram, and my sister texted me and she's like, didn't you fly? How are you going to get that home? I'm like, I'm going to have to come back. But it's a spool cabinet. And the fellow who was selling it had bought it, and the woman who had it before was going to restore it, so she had partway sanded it. And so there was not the original decals or any of that stuff on there, but he did a really nice job restaining it and finishing it. The hardware is original, and it's nice and deep, so I think I could put my samplers in there, the antiques that are unframed. And maybe Lori will do that while she has it, and she's waiting for me to come back and pick it up. So there, I'll throw a picture in here showing you that cabinet. It's so beautiful, I died. I just couldn't believe it. So I bought that, and I had to go back and pick it up. Now when I go pick up my framed things from Jill Rensel, I will maybe do it at the same time that I pick up the spool cabinet, which I would just put it in the shop right now. So if it's at Lori's house, that's fine. Couple things that I picked up. This was from a Facebook de-stash group. It is spooling around. This, I want to say this looks like a, oh, this is Kansas Troubles. I thought maybe this was buttermilk basin, but now that I look at it, I don't think that's the case. But this is adorable. It's a little mat. This one, I loved immediately. Give thanks. Embroidery and pieced. I saw Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quotes on there, on that same page. She didn't claim that, so I was happy to have it. There are a few gifty things I want to share with you, plus one other thing. All right, so Lori, such a consummate host, gave me a little, isn't this adorable? This is soap on an antique soap dish. This is right up my alley. And look at this. A hand-drawn picture. Isn't that adorable? I feel like it should go in here, but I can't possibly do that because it's going to go in the bathroom. Thank you, Lori. She also gifted me a couple of her patterns. I saw these in person. Her house is gorgeous. I didn't take pictures. I was so busy gawking, but I mean, she has incredible taste. Incredible. And wherever they land and build their next house, it's going to be amazing. So this one is called Bicentennial Sarah Burley Sampler. I love this one. Love it, love it. And this one, Sesquicentennial Alphabet in Blue. This is gorgeous as well. And then she gave me some counting pins to go with it. So thank you, Lori, you are so generous. Thank you. Oh, and some ribbon. Some over-dyed ribbon, which I can always use. And she gave me some thread melt floss drops. These are, I have several of these. I love these. Okay, so these are all pretty much stitchers, like all the stitching stuff. So you'll see, I don't know if there's Coates and Clark, but it's like spool, needles, scissors, that type of stuff, and it's got a couple of charms on it. So thank you, thank you. Check out Lori's stuff on her website. She's very talented. My sweet friends Sandy and Christy couldn't make it to stitch with us. We were going to get together, but Sandy sent me a couple of adorable things. I sent her something I had made for our group. And so this, I mean, Could this be any more charming? I don't think so. It's so adorable. It's the sweetest little upcycled notion bag. And look at this. Love Sandy, but look at the little... It's so stinking cute. And then she gave me a towel. This is a towel. Isn't that gorgeous? This looks like a laundry basket. Oh, I think it is, because I think this is a recent release of hers. I think she has these kits. Thank you, Sandy. I don't know if you're watching, but I really appreciate you. Then my friend Anita sent me a pretty card. She's Shine Sparkle Stitch. She sent me some purple scissors. So super thoughtful. So it has been a full couple weeks. I have one more thing to show you. Sometimes I look at different websites at antique samplers, and sometimes I get busy and I'm not in the mood to look, and I don't. But I happened to see this one on eBay. It had been hanging around for a while. I had it on a saved, a watch list, and I just made an offer. It was like a 2/3 of what they had priced it at, and they accepted. I want to say it's like a Goodwill Enterprises at the UK. This is Hannah Swift. And there is this thread loss in here. But this is what I want to say. When I saw this line, this creative ribbony line, I was absolutely hooked. And the colors are fantastic on here, plus the critters and the creatures and the alphabets. But I could just see having a beautiful band, some sort of a drum out of this. But I just absolutely loved it. And all of her borders are different. Like, she was like, well, I think I'll use brown, then I'll use brown and red, then I'll use red and cream, then I'll use blue, then I'll use tan or beige, and beige all the way around there. Like, when she ran out of her colors, she said, I'm just going to go with beige. So Hannah Swift 2. Probably I won't take this one out because it's been nicely framed. Probably, a acid-free. This was framed in the UK, somewhere. So Hannah Swift. Doesn't have a year on it. I would imagine it's the mid-1800s. Looks like she's 11 years old. Could be a vanity sampler where they picked them out. I haven't really looked. It's all stitched in wool. It's lovely. I meant to insert something here. I'm going to insert it. I had a giveaway. I've tried to give this away on 2 different videos, and I have not had the person who win it email me. So there's 2 sets of sulky threads. One is partly used, and one is brand new. What I'm going to do, instead of carry this through and have more comments on it, I'm going to do the speed giveaway that I adopted from my friend Barb Lost and Floss. And what I need you to do is the first person to comment with the word sampler, and then send me your address via email. My email will be in the drop down box below. We'll get this chart and the threads. So if you're watching this video in 3 days and you see 150 comments, pretty low chance that you're going to be the first person to comment and email me. So just think about that. So that's for that particular giveaway only. I do have a few other charts here that I want to share with you. So I have 4. The first one is a Just Nan. I destashed a bunch of stuff. These didn't sell, so I'm going to go ahead and give these away. First one is a Just Nan called Song of the Needle, and it says, in the rhythm of the needle, there is music for the soul. Beautiful. Beautiful. If you would like this chart, please write the word song in your comments. This is Michelle Betty Stitchy. I think it's her first reproduction that she had done. It is SI 1849, a reproduction. And if you would like this chart, please say the word bendy, B-E-N-D-Y, in your comment. The next one is a blue ribbon design, My Precious Treasures. This is beautiful. So there's basically, this goes in the top of a box. Could be a salt box, could be, not a salt box, shaker box, and there's little tiny pieces you can put inside. You can stitch put inside. So if you like this one, write treasures. And the last one is a hello from Liz Matthews. I think this has been released now. It's Pink Cottage Sampler, Pink Cottage School. She gifted us this at the Quilter Station retreat that I went to. If you would like this pattern, please write the word pink. That's all for now. Let's see. So I have probably, today's the 6th. I'll probably see you one more time in July. Most likely. Again, every few weeks is about right for me. And then I have a family reunion in the middle of August. So we'll see how August goes. But I'm certainly turning the corner and working on fall stitching. Still sticking to my WIP plan, but I started way more than I expected to start this year so far. That's okay. I hope you have a great July, and I will see you later this month.